So I'm going to take a look at a storage unit down the road from me. I heard from someone else that has their own small business that they've been using this particular storage unit. It's not as expensive as some of the other ones around the area, so I was just going to check this out. It's kind of along the lines of my feeling on a post office box. It feels to me and seems more professional to have, a place not, in your garage, in your house and everything, to store all your equipment and have your employees come and meet you there versus your house and all that. I think Brian in Top Notch Lawn Care said that too, that, it feels a little bit more like a business than just working out of your house, which there's nothing wrong with that, and we all have to start somewhere. But I think the natural evolution of a business is you grow, and whether you grow into an office, depending on what your business is, an office and a shop, whatever the scenario is, that's just part of growth. And I'm at that point now where I don't want, my whole garage is filled up with my equipment, and I just want to keep things separated now. Now that I can and my business is growing, in the beginning it was great. It saved a lot of money. It was, I started out with only a little bit of equipment and it wasn't a big deal. That just makes sense. Just like, not going out and buying all expensive brand new equipment right away doesn't always make sense depending on what your goals for your business are. So, I've always been in the mindset of you get what you need when you need it, and that's it. And right now I'm at the point, last year I kind of thought about it, but it still didn't make as much sense as now. Now I have two mowers, two big commercial mowers, in addition to all the other stuff that I've had over the years. So that stuff takes up a lot of space, and I just want a nice professional shop. Foot deep, so I'd have to put everything back in the back there and then put the trailer right here in front, and then back it out just to get to anything back there if I needed to get any equipment. But there's still, it looks like it's so deep that my trailer would only probably come to back here, and then it would have a lot of space in between, so I can still load and unload my trailer and everything still in here. So a lot of things to think about. I also thought about getting a parking space, which they also have. They have one left right now, so that's definitely something I would have to make up my mind relatively soon. For you to just park your equipment or your truck or your trailer or whatever you want to park in there, boat, camper, so on and so forth. And it's like a fraction of the price for that versus an actual storage unit. But the thing is, I don't have an enclosed trailer, so is this the time that I'm gonna go invest in an enclosed trailer, which I've contemplated getting an enclosed trailer. Eventually I'm going to need another trailer in addition to the one that I have. So I've always debated, should I get an enclosed trailer or stick with an open dual axle trailer and so on as my business grows. So if I get an enclosed trailer, then I can just get a parking space in a storage unit versus spending triple the price in most cases for an actual storage unit. One thing I don't want to do is spend any more money than I have to. So I don't have an enclosed trailer, so I don't want to get an enclosed trailer and spend that extra money right now on the spot just so that I can have the right storage. But if that's the right storage ultimately over the long haul, then that's going going to have to be the right storage, so it's more of an investment, which obviously I'm going to need the trailer eventually anyway. So, but I like to do things in the right time, and not just because I'm forced to and being spontaneous about it. I like to plan things out and do things at the proper time. So anyway, my two options are, do I go with a parking spot? If I go with a parking spot, I'm going to need an enclosed trailer, which is more money, but I'm saving a lot of money on the back end for a parking space instead of an actual storage unit. But then what am I going to do with all my extra equipment that doesn't fit in my enclosed trailer? Because I'm not going to put everything in there and haul that around all day every day, because that's just a waste of gas, and I would need an unnecessarily big trailer for all of that equipment. So then I would also need a storage unit, but a smaller one, to keep that equipment in there, unless I kept a small amount of equipment in my garage at home still, knowing that it's just for emergency purposes, that I could just go and pick it up if I needed to. But again, that starts to get away from the professionalism and having employees going to my house if they need to pick up something, a piece of equipment. I don't want to have to be the only one to get it. I want my employees to have the same access to the equipment under secure measures as I do, and not be going to my house and going in my garage and all this kind of stuff if I'm not available, if I'm out of town, or if I'm at another property or something, so on and so forth. So a lot of different variables with that. But so ultimately I would want a smaller unit, like a 10 by 10, to have all of my extra mower and any other equipment in there that I'm not using every day, and keep all of my main stuff like my grandstand and all the other equipment that I use on a daily and weekly basis, keep that in my enclosed trailer in the parking spot. So this way I just pull up, hook up my trailer, and off I go, and I don't have to ever really access my 10 by 10 storage unit unless I'm doing maintenance, on my equipment. I'm getting my tools out, I'm doing different things like that. So it's kind of like a little mini shop. But those two things combined is still less than the bigger unit, the 10 by 40 or 10 by 30 or whatever units that they have, which are, the biggest units, to fit everything, my trailer and my equipment. So that's the other option, is to spend, more money to get the biggest unit they have, or close to it, to be able to just keep all of my equipment in there that I'm not using, and to back in my trailer with all the equipment on it that I use every day, and have it all on one unit safe. So every day I show up, me and the crew, whatever the situation is, back up, hook up the trailer, pull it out, close the door, and we're gone. If we need anything else, we grab it while we're there, or if we have to swap anything out, we swap it out, and then we go. That was ideally what I was thinking about, but now I'm having second thoughts and thinking of the other possibility, which seems like a little bit more work, and got a parking space and a unit, but again, that's less money to get a parking space in a smaller unit than it is to get the bigger space. But I don't have an enclosed trailer. That's the caveat of it all, is the fact that I don't have an enclosed trailer. So I'll be spending more money up front getting an enclosed trailer, just to save money on the back end by having a parking space for the enclosed trailer and a small unit for my extra equipment. So a lot of stuff to think about, but the prices at this unit is good. Just like the person that told me about it, the pricing is good. It's a lot lower. It's almost half the price of the other storage unit on the other side of my town, in the other direction, almost the same distance, a little bit closer, but they're a lot more expensive. So I'd rather drive a little bit further to save, $100 a month. I mean, that's huge. I mean, that's the difference. I got a lot to think about.